Willie D. Live.
What's up, family? Disturbing news out of Ocean Springs. So, this guy right here, Eric. This is Eric Alcantara. Eric claimed to be Nolan Wells' friend, right? Reportedly, Eric posted something along the lines of uh, poking fun about committing a crime that could get himself at least 10 years in prison. This is the message that he allegedly posted on TikTok. Now you can see, I think, one, two, three, the fourth post. It's hard to see it there, but I'll blow it up for you so you can read along. So he reshared this post. When your parents ask about your day out, but everything you did was illegal, deserving a minimum of 10 years in prison. So reportedly, he reposted this. He reposted it or reshared it, right? And then he deleted it and made his account private. That's the account right there. That's Eric Alcantara. How do you say his name? Uh, Alcantara. Alcantara. Yeah. So that's him. That's the account. That's the account before it went dark, before he put it on private. And that's what the account looks like now. So, uh, so Eric, I know you're probably watching because y'all watching everything and y'all really sensitive about people calling y'all out. I just got one question. Why? Actually, I got two questions. Why and what happened to Nolan? Go ahead and spill the beans, man. Sooner or later, somebody gonna rat everybody out. Sooner or later, somebody gonna talk. Ocean Springs ain't as tight knit as y'all would like to have people think. They always talk about how tight knit the community is when an uncivilized mutt unalive someone, when they kill somebody, or some great crime happens, somebody is severely harmed or something, they start talking about how great the community is. And they get mad when people start seeking justice. They get really, really angry when you start seeking justice. That would actually uh, that would actually give you some type of understanding as to why so much crime is committed and why crime is so rampant. You know, they like to try to act like, in these communities like Ocean Springs, they try to like to pretend that because it's nice and pristine and people got money or whatever, at least some people got a lot of money, even when they don't have money, they try to act like it's all good. We all good around here. Don't y'all come around here talking about no black, white stuff. You know, we like our Negroes just the way they are. Don't be coming over here putting no ideas in their heads talking about they deserve justice or freedom or stuff. You need to let us continue to live our lives the way we live our lives and trample all over these African Americans. You know, they don't call them African Americans, they call them the N word. I know you, Mississippi. I studied you. I know you. Yeah. So I'm not buying none of that. If indeed it is true that Eric shared this post or he reshared this post, what's the motivation? Like just playing in our faces, huh? That's what it's about, right? Just playing in our faces. They say that he made the post about 3 a.m. and then he deleted it and then put his account on private. I'm surprised his account wasn't already on private. I guess they try to uh, uh, make some of the accounts private and others that they want to have, you know, they want to have some type of communication. So They try to keep certain accounts open. I don't understand why he would make a post like that other than to just straight up taunt the family, if indeed he made the post. Just to taunt the family, just to rub it in the face of the world. You know, like Mississippi, I don't think y'all understand, fam. Mississippi takes pride in being backwards. They take pride in being uncivilized. They take pride in circumventing justice. They take pride in hanging and drowning and murdering black folks. They have zero shame. What they don't like is when they get called out. Because usually anybody on the local level call them out, they can do something about it. They can make things tough for them. But outside of Mississippi, not so much. So right now, they're trying to make that extend past the Mississippi border. And it ain't working. It absolutely ain't working. Everything that they're trying right now, going after the family, going after content creators, going after journalists, it ain't gonna work. Ain't none of it gonna work. Because one thing I do know about human beings, when they feel that authoritative uh, personalities are coming after them, when they feel that somebody's trying to make them behave a certain way, they're going to rebel. They're going to ask questions. They're going to call it out. This is like a human reaction. Now, obviously, everybody ain't built like that. Some people just want peace. They just want, hey, man, I don't care what you do. I know you bust me in the head, but if you don't bust me in the head twice, I forget about it. I won't tell nobody. I won't call them people outside of Mississippi if you just don't do it again. Uh, Deal? Serious, fam. I'm serious. Some of us, we got a severe case of Stockholm syndrome. It's no different than an abused wife or woman or whatever, spouse, yeah, right? Like they think that if they can just be nice, if they'll just be nicer, if they could just make sure they have his food ready for him on time, if they can just make sure that you know uh, they don't raise their voice, they don't object to anything, if they just cooperate, if they just cooperate, then he won't hit them. And once an abuser, always an abuser. I'm saying like once a dude start beating on a certain woman. Now I'm not saying that a dude can't get over, can't get past that, but it is extremely difficult for him to do it with the same woman that he abused. And he may not never put his hands on a new woman, but that woman, that particular woman, if he's abusive, she hasn't ever given him an incentive to not be an abusive. What I mean is that she's never held him accountable. You see? So if you reward bad behavior, meaning that if you stick with it, you stay. You don't say anything about it, you remain silent. Remember, silence is complicity, right? That means that if you see something, say something. If you don't, then somebody thinks it's okay. And that means that if you don't say anything, then that translates into you thinking that whoever that person is, who's in violation, in their mind, you must be okay with it because you ain't saying nothing about it. And that goes for all the white folks out there too. If y'all ain't saying nothing about this case and other cases like this, if y'all not saying anything about injustice, y'all see this racism clear as day. And y'all know what it is. All of that gaslighting some of y'all do ain't never gonna work. All of that, y'all make it about race, you know damn well it's always about race. 99.9% of the time in this country, it's always about race. the woman, Elliot, I can't say her name. I think Jean Elliott is her name. I'm sure most of you have seen that video where she was inside of, it looks like some type of auditorium, uh, ballroom or something, some type of meeting room or whatever. And she asked a group of white folks, it had to be at least 100. I want you to stand up if you would want for yourself, if you would want to be treated like black folks in this country are treated. Do you know? It was at least, I'm thinking it may have been a few hundred white folks. Not one of them stood up. She said, I don't think you heard me. Let me say it again. I want you to stand up if you would like to be treated like black people in this country are treated. Not one stood up, but you better believe they was very argumentative before she made that statement. They were talking all about how racism is overrated and it ain't as bad as you. Yeah, but they didn't stand up. Not one of them stood up. Which means, as she said, that means you know what's going on. You don't want it for yourself. Why are you so eager to see it happen to others? Why are you okay with it happening to others? That's the question. Drop a comment. I'd love to hear your thoughts. No more talk.